win this, they'll go up into their own right, while the Starlights, if they win, will join Castletown Joey, two very successful clubs.
Absolutely, yeah, and we've the ball thrown in now, so looking forward to a good, exciting game.
The first with the ball is Liam Coleman now for Castletown, and he's bearing down on goal. Nick Doyle is out after him, but it's here now with Jonathan Beelan. Jonathan with a right-footed shot has gone high, but it's gone wide, David. But an early start, a good start from Castletown.
Yeah, statement of intent from Castletown. They won the throw-in against Nick Doyle and Liam Ryan, which isn't easy, and Liam Coleman went straight down the middle, got Jonathan Beelan on the ball at the edge of the D. Probably should have nailed it, but first wide for Castletown.
Dylan Redmond has it now over the far side for the Starlights. He manages to skip back inside, but he's made up with a tackle there by Brendan Halpin. He manages to get past it there and offload it to Alan Tobin. Nathan O'Connor is on this near side in a small little bit of space. Nathan is wearing a black tape on his right calf there. Dylan McVeigh with the ball. He turns back and gives it to Ryan Mann. Ryan is another player who's wearing a bandage on his leg, along with Nick Doyle, the midfielder for the Starlights. So maybe a couple of injury worries, but that ball was very good inside there to Dylan Redmond, and it's back now with Dylan McVeigh. McVeigh is tackled by Jody O'Shaughnessy, and he's dispossessed. Killian Pearce is there, and the ball is forward here now with Colin Morris. Colin sends the ball in low towards the full forward line. There's a chance, but it's spilled there, and James Pear wins it. It was spilled on that occasion by Robbie Brooks, but good work again by Castletown in defence, David.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Super ball in from Colin Morris. Couple of interesting matchups. Connor Carty has picked up Ricky Fox, and they're on the edge of the square on the far side. That takes Connor Carty out of the game, attacking wise for Castletown. But that'll be a great battle to look forward to.
Nick Doyle with the ball now. He tries to pick out the run of Ricky Fox, but the ball only goes in as far as the Castletown fullback, and is sent out. It's sent out here to Colin Morris. There's an advantage being played to Castletown. Here now with Robbie Brooks. Robbie offloads it to Jody Shaughnessy. Jody is charging forward with this one. He picks out the run of Ben Brosnan inside in the full forward line. Ben is being tracked by Ben Edwards at the moment. To Ben's mark, and one other high long shot from Ben Brosnan has also gone to the right hand side and wide. Castletown have the upper hand, but they need to start maybe getting a point or two, Joey.
Yeah, Castletown have done well so far. They've kicked the ball in very, very quickly and not allowing the Starlights to get back and defend with numbers. Two wides, I suppose. Nice to get your first kick on the ball early, but still they would have liked to get scores there. So we'll just see now. Nice ball forward again.
Ryan Mann sends this one in towards Dara Pepper. Dara's showing the cold. Obviously he's wearing an under sort of a body warmer there. It is a very cold day in Chadwick's Wexford Park here as the ball is with Ryan Mann. Ryan offloads it here to Nick Doyle. There's a bit of space at the far side for Kevin Foley. Dylan Redmond is further over if Foley can pick him out. That hand pass is a bit loose, however, as you say in me here, terrible hand pass there.
Yeah, Kevin Foley, terrible hand pass, loopy hand pass over the head from Kevin Foley. But it was good patient play from the Starlights, and Smiley Redmond could have got in there if the hand pass had been put in front of him. But again, Danny Gardner picking Pepper at the back as well. That'll be another interesting battle. Pepper hoping for a big final, I'm sure.
And James Holmes is the one with it here now on this near side. James offloads it as far as Frank Roach, who's well up the field. Jack Kelly is there for company. Nathan O'Connor is also there. Roach still has the ball and he's penalised for overcarrying, and a free out. Good defence there from the Starlights, Joey.
Yeah, good defending, tackling in the right position. No one got excited, giving away silly frees or anything like that. So good defending from the Starlights. It's the first time they've kind of got men behind the ball and tackled well.
3 minutes gone here in Chadwick's Wexford Park. Jack Kelly opts to send a kick pass free back to Pa Doyle in the goal, so Pa switches the play and brings it over the far side. Ryan Mann here in the deep role that he normally plays. Crossfield to James Pear. James is carrying it forward. Not easy conditions to play football today, Joey. Starlights are, every time they're running straight into a wind. Yeah,
and you can even see there, like, Pa Doyle has a lovely left foot, and he was kind of very nervous to kick that ball more than 20 or 30 yards when he had a 40-yard, 50-yard kick pass on, but very nervous to kick it across. And you even see when they're soling the ball, it's kind of blown back into their chest, so it's not easy conditions at all.
Yeah, and just looking there, going back to that free, Starlights got cornered Frank Roach there and turned him over, but Fintan O'Reilly, good call. Like, I mean, he's nothing soft obviously today, and that's what we want from Fintan. Let the game flow, earn your frees. There's going to be mistakes or whatever on both sides, but I mean, good physical game, let it flow, and so far it looks like he might.
Liam Ryan with it now around the middle of the field for the Starlights. He tries to hand pass it to Dara Pepper. It just blows a bit, but Pepper has control of it now and has runners off the shoulder. Ricky Fox is playing in the deep role, perhaps because they're playing against the wind. Inside here now to Jack Kelly. Jack has the head up, he's looking for options now and offloads it here to Dylan McVeigh. Dylan is being tackled by Killian Pearce there, but picks out a pass at the far side. James Pear to Ryan Mann. Ryan kick pass, but that's blocked down by Robbie Brooks, and Brooks wins the breaking ball, and the referee is given a free to Castletown. They take the ball quickly up here to Jonathan Beelan. Jonathan has a bit of space in front of him now, but the Starlights are getting back in numbers. Beelan is still charging forward with it. He might be trying to maybe take a shot from this distance. A long shot from Jonathan Beelan, and a point. He opened and scored the game, and a fantastic score, David.
Yeah, great score, and it came from another turnover from Castletown. Robbie Brooks got back and turned the ball over. Quick transition of play to Beelan, who found himself in some space, turned inside, and just shows the strength of that wind. Like, I mean, that had a huge carry on it, and it was kicked from the 45. But he should have nailed an earlier chance, but he's on the board now, Jonathan Beelan.
And this kick out, Nick Doyle is the target, and Nick wins his first kick out of the game, claims the mark. He has runners off the shoulder there. Dylan Redmond is one who picks the space. But we've seen early on now, Joey, that the Castletown men are not going to be afraid to shoot from distance.
No, absolutely not. And in fairness to Jonathan Beelan, he's a great strike of a ball. Anywhere from 50 yards out today now in this first half, you'll fancy him to put one over the bar. But just a word for Robbie Brooks. The first ball that went into him, he slipped through his hands and didn't drop the head. He's gone on 2 or 3 very important possessions since then, and he's created that last score there with a good block. So he started the game very well.
And Rory O'Connor, the Starlights captain, picks up the ball now around the midfield area on this near side. Opposite go back to Ricky Fox. 6 minutes gone here in Chadwick's Wexford Park. It's Castletown who lead by a point. They've also struck 2 wides. The Starlights have yet to have a shot on goal, but they are of course playing into the teeth of a fairly strong breeze here. That ball forward from Ricky Fox went astray, but it went fortunately to Ryan Mann. Mann slips as he tries to kick it there. It's collected by Anthony Masterton and goal and offloaded to Colin Morris. That was a lucky escape for Ricky there, I'd say, David.
Yeah, he didn't mean that pass, but I mean, again, I'm not sure who took the shot. Shoddy Mann took the shot, but Anthony picked it up, and he could have left that go out of play, but it wanted to keep it in play. Here's Ben now.
Ben Brosnan and Ben Edwards, and Edwards fouls Brosnan, and a free in now for Castletown. A chance to go 2 clear, Joey.
Yeah, Ben turned twice there, got inside, and as any good forward does, cuts back across the man and gets pulled down, and he's 21 yards out. You wouldn't think he's going to miss this.
Another duel that will go a long way to deciding the outcome of today is Frank Roach from Castletown. He's obviously their primary man marker. He picked Kieran Ling last week. He's picking the Gooch Tobin today, so that'll be an interesting battle. Starlights will be relying on Gooch Tobin to get on the board today.
Ben Brosnan with the free now from 20 metres out. He, in that typical style, makes the angle a little bit easier, David, or Joey, I should say, and slots the ball over the bar.
Yeah, you wouldn't expect a forward of Ben's calibre to miss from there. Surprised to see him kicking out of his hands. He's normally very much kicks it off the ground, but obviously something he's been working on. But no, you wouldn't expect a forward like that to miss from there.
A good press from Castletown there, Peter, as well on the kick out. They're going full press and obviously looking to get it on the ground, but it's not. Nick, a second catch for Nick.
Yep, that's 2 marks in quick succession. Now the pass wasn't maybe as good, but Nathan O'Connor has it back on the second occasion. That hand pass is very loose. There was perhaps a third man tackle there. Robbie Brooks has it. Nathan O'Connor is there trying to take it away, but it's with Conor Carty now for Castletown. Carty turns back inside and he has a few options here. One of them is Jody O'Shaughnessy. Colin Morris is tearing up to support the half forward line here and has the ball. The Starlights have 14 men back now behind the ball at the moment as James Holmes has it. James looked like he was going to offload it to Liam Coleman there, but still has the ball, and this gives plenty of time for Castletown to get back. But that's a great hand pass inside here now to Rory Heffernan. Rory has a chance now maybe, but Nathan O'Connor tries to close the gap, and Heffernan spills the ball. A Battleford on the ground has gone out for a 45, and early pressure now from Castletown.
Yeah, great turnover there from Nathan O'Connor. I thought it was a goal kick, but umpire has given the 45, which will give another chance to Ben. But Colin Morris early, first 8 or 9 minutes, Colin Morris has got on a huge amount of ball. We expected him to play the free role as Starlights bring Shoddy Man back in defence, and it's a dangerous game Starlights play when you leave Colin Morris free like that. He's sort of directing operations out there around the edge of the D. He's pointing and obviously talking a lot out there. So that's the experience. He started well.
Yeah, some nice kick passes into the full forward line as well. Yeah, very much so. Colin Morris, probably not known for his kick passing over the years, but some lovely passes in there today. This is a tough free. It's not really the side of the pitch that Ben will like it. I'd fancy him to easily have the distance, but it's not an easy free for a right footer from that side of the pitch.
And Ben Brosnan now a chance to go 3 points clear for Castletown. That's a great kick and it's gone straight over the bar, David, and wonderful to see Ben Brosnan kick ball over the bar from that distance.
Yeah, and Joey made the point earlier. He took the easy one out from the edge of the D there out of his hand, and then the 45 off the ground. Probably coming from the wrong side. Beautiful free from Ben over the black spot. Good start for Castletown, I suppose. 3 up.
And as the rain starts to team down here in Chadwick's Wexford Park, Pat Doyle with the kick out again. Nick Doyle is the target. Can he make a 3 out of 3? He can. Another excellently taken mark there by Nick Doyle, and he's getting the better of this battle so far. That's a terrible ball, however. Dylan Redmond has to tear back after that one, but has the situation under control again. Here to Ben Edwards and offloaded to Ryan Mann. That's another poor kick pass by the Starlights forward here to Jonathan Beelan. The Castledown have it back. Ben Brosnan claims the forward mark there, and some of this kick passing from the Starlights, Joey, has been a little bit loose in the early stages.
Yeah, I mean, Nick Doyle has caught 3 kick-outs, and that last one he kicked back about 40 yards and got themselves into trouble. Like, they have to go forward. I mean, I know it's great being good defensively and trying to keep the score down, but they need to offer something going forward. Like, they have had one shot, it didn't reach the goal, so they'll need to get a couple of points on the board in the first 20 minutes just to keep themselves in this game, because if they give away possession over and over, like Castletown are going in for a goal, or they'll rack up 3 or 4 more points. And you know, I know it's grand to have the win in the second half, but you still need to put scores on the board.
And the kick out again. This one is going towards Liam Ryan and Kevin Foley. So Castletown win it on this occasion here, and the ball breaks to Brendan Halpin. Brendan sends it back, and Castletown are going to build here from the middle of the field. Liam Coleman. Liam has Killian Pearce on this near side. Killian offloads it now to James Holmes and continues his run forward in here. There's a great chance maybe for Robbie Brooks in Castletown. Robbie is being pursued by James Pear close to the sideline, this near side. Hand pass inside to James Holmes. It's lost, and it's Nathan O'Connor who has it up now for the Starlights. Kevin Foley. Maybe the Starlights can counter attack. They've only one man further forward. It's Darragh Pepper. Liam Ryan is making a run maybe similar to the goal he scored here, but Castletown have more men back. Alan Tobin is running forward. Perhaps his jersey was being held there, but the referee allows play to continue. Colin Morris and Conor Carty are battling away there. Alan Tobin kicks it clear, and the ball comes off the foot of Darragh Pepper and out over the sideline, and there was potentially a little drag back on Alan Tobin's jersey there, David, but some good defending by Castletown.
Oh yeah, no, Castletown got bodies around the ball. I thought Gooch Tobin was unlucky not to get a free there. There was definitely a jersey tug, but look, we said it about Fintan Riley, he's going to let it flow, and he obviously is. That's steps, is it? It is steps.
Yeah, steps there, Joey, and a free out.
Yeah, a bit of a schmozzle there as well, but yeah, I think he just overcarried there. Probably turned back into a man and took an extra step or two just to try and get around it. But no, I think Fintan Riley was probably right there in that decision. But it's kind of heating up a bit now, isn't it?
And yeah, definitely heating up, and a bit of physicality under the stand, and a few off the ball little jewels going on as well. Yeah, definitely hotting up. A very similar pattern to Starlights last week against the Shells.
And Nick Doyle is charging forward with this one. He slips there, and conditions are really deteriorating here in Chadwick's Wexford Park. It's a really bad day at the moment now, as Brendan Halpin mightn't be a bad day for the winner of this, of course, but it's Brendan Halpin back to Conor Carty and over towards Jody O'Shaughnessy at the far side. Jody looks up and sees 7 or 8 Starlights men back to mark 2 Castletown in the full forward line, so he opts to keep the ball around the 45-metre line here. There's a great run being made forward by Danny Gardner here, but it's Castletown still with the ball. Brendan Halpin 60 yards out from goal, and it's 15 behind the ball now for the Starlights, David. Yeah,
15 players inside their own half, all, and they're very well organised. That's the benefit of that system, where you can turn teams over. Now it's very hard to get a score when you don't get bodies moving. Quick transition.
Ricky Fox inside to Darragh Pepper. Darragh is upended there by Danny Gardner. Free now to the Starlights. It's even hard. You're only sitting 2 metres away from me, Joey, but it's hard to hear what yourself and David are saying with the noise the crowd are making.
Absolutely, yeah. There's a good crowd in here today, and they're making plenty of noise, getting behind their teams, which is what you want. Silly enough mistake there from James Holmes. You'd expect a player his calibre not to be getting turned over in that position, and then just Danny Gardner left one on Darragh Pepper. But you know, I suppose early enough in the game, you're going to leave one on a forward like that if you get a chance to do so. Starlight's probably the first time they've had possession in this half of the field for an extended period, and they need to get a score or 2 on the board here.
Yeah, the first opportunity for Castletown, or for the Starlights really, to try and control the game for a few moments. It's here with Nick Doyle offload to Jack Kelly. Jack was made up strongly by Jody O'Shaughnessy, but there's a little bit of space maybe. Danny Gardner, a high tackle, a free into the Starlights, and that was better from the Starlights, David. They got their hands on the ball for a minute or so, and that was the first time they have done that.
Yeah, exactly, and I mean that's what they need. Runners like Jack Kelly or Ricky Fox or even Liam Ryan, who sort of ambled into the edge of the square there maybe at one stage, but you need runners off the shoulders to draw free. Like any score into this wind into the Clonard end is gold dust on a day like today, and Jack Kelly took it at pace and took the hard hit. It was high from Danny Gardner. I didn't see any card, but it was definitely a free. And there's the difference in systems too, Peter. I mean, Castletown leaving 3 up inside the opposition 45 at all time. So, I mean, if it's Castletown do get a turnover there, they'll be looking to transition the ball as quickly as possible up to Beelan on the 45.
And Ricky Fox appears he's going to take this one off the ground. There's a bit of an altercation there between Dara Pepper and Ross Cody, I think it is there. But they're able to go again. Ricky Fox, difficult free into the wind. In normal conditions, Joey would expect 10 out of 10 maybe from here, but it's not as easy as it looks.
Yeah, you'd expect him to kick it. He's a good strike of the ball, so yeah, good free there. But it's like, echo what David was saying. The Starlights are going to have to start running at Castletown and maybe drawing a couple of frees to keep the scoreboard ticking over. Haven't seen much of Liam Ryan so far today. I suppose he was the man of the match last week in my view, and he was a Trojan performance, but he hasn't got into this game so far. But so the Starlights will expect more out of him now as the game goes on.
And this kick out has gone short from Anthony and not very accurate. Dylan McVeigh wins the mark, and outside here now to Alan Tobin, and there's a chance maybe for the Starlights to get another score. Tobin takes on Ross Cody and a free in, David, and that came from a loose kick out, I suppose.
Yeah, it was a bad kick out from Anthony. I mean, but I like the way Starlight set up for that kick out, and I mean, they've obviously they're filling that space that Anthony can't just pop it into. So I mean, a good push from Starlights on Anthony's kick out, forced him into a mistake. Dylan McVeigh he called the mark, and I thought he dropped it, but I mean, he played it to Gooch, and the Gooch. Yeah, maybe I'm being harsh on Dylan, but Gooch again took on the man, got the free, and that's all of a sudden. Oh, that's a poor wide from Gooch.
Yeah, so that ball has gone wide, and the referee has called for the water break. Perhaps maybe the ball was knocked out of Dylan's hands after he caught it. I'm not 100% sure, David, but
yeah, I could be wrong.
So we have 16 minutes gone, and we have the first water break. There's plenty of water down on the field. We'll go down to Leona, who's there with Colm. Hopefully the microphone will work well this time.
Really slow first quarter. Joey said they'll be happy. I definitely will be happy with only 2 points down into that wind and rain. Like, I mean, I think Castletown really need to up it now for 15 minutes to get a few scores on the board. And
this kick out goes to Frank Roach over the far side. He offloads it to Liam Coleman, but Coleman slips, and it's with Nick Doyle now. Nick hesitates a little bit. He can't afford to do that against this Castletown defence, but it's Dara Pepper who has it now. Hopping the ball on the ground today, Joey, is a skill that most people will be trying to avoid.
Yeah, it's the first thing you're taught as a young lad. Don't hop the ball in wet conditions. A bad pass there.
Another bad pass there, an attack by the Starlights, and it's Colm Morris who has it now. A long high ball from Morris in towards Ben Brosnan. He's being pursued by Ben Edwards. This has already been a good battle. Ben Brosnan has come out on top at the moment, but this ball is into Robbie Brooks, the forward mark, and Castletown have had two of them now, David.
Yeah, that was a good quick move from Castletown. Good turnover. Coming again from another Starlights, poor hand pass. Colm turned it over, moved the ball quickly into Ben on the 45, and now what should be a score for Robbie.
Yeah, excellent score there from Robbie Brooks, and he did the hard work by getting out in front of his man Joey and taming the mark.
Yeah, and likewise Ben Brosnan got out in front. Like, it wasn't an easy ball to collect. He collected it very well, turned, got it into Robbie Brooks, and a great catch there as well, and a good score. So they're going to need a bit more of that now in this last 15 minutes of the first half.
4 points to 1 here after 19 minutes in Chadwick's Wexford Park in the Dominic Smith Electrical Senior Football Championship, and it's Conor Carty claims that mark, kicks it forward to Colm Morris. Colm tries to pick out the run of Robbie Brooks inside, but it's James Pear who reads that one well and comes clear with it. James is tackled by Brooks, and maybe a high tackle a bit there by Ben Brosnan, and free out now to the Starlights.
Yeah, definitely a free out there. I mean, was it Ben Edwards? Ben yeah, Ben Edwards won it cleanly out in front. No, it wasn't Ben Edwards, sorry. But
James Pear
won a super ball out in front and drove out, and I mean, Ben definitely caught him high. So, but Finton is doing a good job so far. No unnecessary cars, taking conditions into account maybe, but I mean, there was a chance there for Castletown. Colm found him when Conor Carty won the kick out. Colm found himself in a bit of space. Ben Brosnan came and looped around him, but Colm tried to get the killer pass into Robbie Brooks, but was intercepted.
And the umpire has called the referee's attention to something there. Perhaps maybe it was something that happened previously or whatever, because there's no action being taken against Ben Brosnan for that, who was more mistimed, I think, Joey, than malicious.
No, there was no malice in that, I don't think. And he's up moving again now, so he's not too bad, obviously. But Conor Carty there with a mark wouldn't be known for his marks, I suppose. But he done well, in fairness to him, and into Colm Morris then uncharacteristically gave it away. But you see that the Starlights need to get this ball forward now before Castletown get everyone behind the ball again.
Dylan Redmond with it now. The rain is getting heavier and heavier here in Chadwick's Wexford Park. Rory O'Connor back as far as Ryan Mann. Slow build-up play now at the moment for the Starlights, but maybe they'll be happy just to keep the ball and maybe keep the score down from a Castletown point of view, David.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we can't emphasise how bad conditions are here. I mean, the rain is absolutely teeming down, and I mean, the wind as well. But there's Liam Ryan on the ball now. We haven't seen much of Liam in the first 20 minutes.
Yeah, Liam Ryan goes into a little bit of a blind alley there because the Castletown defence came across very well, but it's back now with Dylan Redmond. Dylan has the head up, but the options further forward, everyone is marked for the Starlights, and the forwards seem to be standing still, so Ryan Mann has to go back and to Rory O'Connor here. Colin Morris is trying his best to close down Rory O'Connor, and the Starlights maybe are painting themselves into a little bit of a corner here, but 21 and a half minutes gone in Chadwick's Wexford Park. That's a loose pass, but Rory O'Connor got an important flick on it to send it into the path of Jack Kelly. Jack is charging forward with it now with Nick Doyle now across here to Kevin Foley on the 45 metre line. He kicks it across here to Ricky Fox. Castletown have plenty of men back. They have 13 back. Ryan Mann here on the 65. He picks out Dylan Redmond, who's loose at the far side. Dylan has a little bit of space in front of him to carry it forward. Rory Heffernan is there for Castletown, back with Liam Ryan now for the Starlights. Ryan sends it back to Ryan Mann, and forward from Mann, Nick Doyle, but that bounces off the chest of Nick Doyle. Maybe Nick can redeem the situation here. Conditions are playing havoc, but this is very slow from the Starlights, David.
Yeah, very slow, and another turnover there. But I mean, in the earlier passage of play, Colin Morris pushed up and tried to get a turnover. I'd say he'd be saying to the rest of his teammates, "Come on, let's push, let's get this ball back," because I mean, that'll suit the Starlights, playing around with the ball and keeping possession into this wind and eating up minutes. That was high, I thought.
That was a very high tackle there by Jonathan Beelan, and he'd be lucky to escape further action there, Joey, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that didn't look great from where we were, and in fairness to Fintan, he was right on it. So be interesting to see. Presumably it'll be only a yellow. I wouldn't think it'd be a red. You never know, of course, with referees, but no, it didn't look to be real dirty. But was it an elbow? Yeah, well, he could be unlucky then. No, he's yellow card. Nick Doyle's after giving away the ball there 3 or 4 times the last couple of minutes, twice in that one passage of play, and lucky to get away with it. Like, the Starlights are doing well, they're keeping the ball, but they can't turn it over, because as soon as they do, Castletown are going to break, and they could get easily scores that way.
Good work there by Kevin Foley to claim that free. He sends it back to Ryan Mann, as it was Jonathan Beelan who received the yellow card for that challenge, and the Starlights have possession again, 4 points to 1. The Castletown lead by 3 points. A low-scoring affair here, but that's to be given under the circumstances. The rain is absolutely pouring down here. The wind is straight into the face of the Starlights men, and it's Kevin Foley who's trying to make hay into that wind. Forward here to Alan Tobin. Alan is being pursued by Frank Roach over there. Has to turn backwards. Kicks it backwards here to Dylan Redmond. Dylan has Nick Doyle in a bit of space behind him, but opts to go across the field and maybe try and make a bit of headway with it. Dara Pepper. He's a little bit too far out at the moment to shoot, but maybe he can bring it in a little bit further. The shot from Dara Pepper is going to land in short into the arms of Anthony Masterson, and that's just an example of a shot under normal circumstances. Joey probably would have sailed over the bar.
Yeah, but it's still, I suppose he ran out of patience and wanted to get a score on the board, but wasn't the correct decision. I think the best way the Starlights can do is try to draw a few frees here and get the ball down, slow it down, and clip over a few scores. Castletown have been slow enough now to get the ball forward this time, which is going to play into the Starlights' hands.
Conor Carty with it now, back here to Rory Heffernan. Rory kicks it over to this near side where Killian Pearce has it. He's done with a hand pass there. The crowd seemed to think he did something wrong, David, but he didn't.
No, I don't think he fouled the ball there. Robbie Brooks, excellent hands there, winning a dirty ball at his feet, yeah.
Brendan Halpin over the far side now, and he lays it off to Liam Coleman. Liam's space is closed down quickly by Kevin Foley, and the hand pass has to go back to Conor Carty, and it was thrown according to the referee. And you seem to agree with that one, David, yeah?
Yeah, I think so, but I mean, 15 men inside their own 45 again, very hard to score against. Castletown are going to have to quicken it up or vary it up or get runners off the shoulder. They're going side to side, and it's too easy to defend for the Starlights, and they're feeding off these turnovers.
Ricky Fox is fouled by Ben Brosnan and a free, and maybe
soft enough, didn't it?
Soft enough, but maybe Castletown are getting a little bit frustrated with their lack of scoring.
Yeah, well, they've gone forward now a couple of times and been turned over, so they're not going to be happy. I mean, like, Ben Bronson's at the edge of the square. They're not kicking the ball into him. Is it worthwhile bringing him out to the half-forward line? Because he's a very good kicker of the ball from distance, and it might be the only way to get a couple more scores on the board if they're not going to kick it in. But in fairness to Castletown, they're doing very well defensively. They are turning over the ball quite quickly.
Colin Morris, a long high ball down on top of the half-back line. The ball is broken down by Ricky Fox. An important interception there. Out to Liam Ryan and Ben Edwards. Nick Doyle back to his midfield partner, Liam Ryan again. Ryan lays it off to Ryan Mann, and it's offloaded here to Alan Tobin. Tobin possibly took 4.5 steps there, but it's Ricky Fox with it now, and he tries to pick out Dylan Redmond at the far side. An excellent ball there for Redmond to run onto. It just skips away from him slightly in the rain, but he has it again. Redmond tries to cut back inside to create a scoring opportunity. It won't be easy. Dara Pepper off the left foot on the right side for him, but it's blocked down nicely by Brendan Halpin. The second shot from Dara Pepper, and the ball has gone over the bar, and an excellent score there from Dara Pepper and the Starlights, Joey, and 4 points to 2.
Yeah, great score from Dara Pepper. Got blocked down with the first one, but backed himself then second time around and nailed it. Great score from Dara Pepper, and Starlights will be delighted with this. Only 2 points down with awful conditions, playing into a gale of a breeze, so they'll be delighted with this.
And Noel Houlihan, what are the stats telling us so far?
Anthony is still shouting for the ball to have gone wide there.
Winning an awful lot of ball in terms of tackles and stuff, but they're kicking the ball a lot of way, but not getting the ball forward quick enough either. I suppose they've had 14 attacks and they've had 6 shots on goal, which wouldn't be good at all with the wind behind them. In fairness to the Starlights, they've had 11 attacks and they've had 3 shots. They've scored 2 out of 3 shots, so it's really important for them. Kickouts as well, like that's the second one. The Castletown have won, so they've had 3, and the Starlights did very good on their own kickouts as well. They've won 6 from 8 kickouts as well.
So it's here now with Jonathan Beelan. Jonathan is under pressure from Rory O'Connor. The ball is turned over and a free to Castletown.
I thought it was a free to Castletown. Noel telling me there off camera as well that, like, I mean, I think it's 11 frees to 2 in favour of the Starlights. I mean, I thought in the previous attack that Pepper got a score from play from. I thought it was over carrying from the Starlights earlier on. So I mean, that's I can see a lot of the Castletown players talking to Fintan O'Reilly off the ball. So I'd say they're asking for parity with regards to the frees. But I mean, that was definitely a free for Jonathan Beelan, I thought.
It's a very, very difficult kick here now. I know I nailed one there a few minutes ago, but Jez with the linesman's getting involved now as well.
Yeah, well, if I was Fintan O'Reilly, I'd be showing Sean Whelan a yellow card there.
Well, that'd be a first, but I suppose technically under the rules you're not allowed to make a tee for yourself with the ground to take a shot, but I've yet to see it being called up on. That was a good punch away there from Pa Doyle, but it's still in Redmond here now with it. He lays it off to Alan Tobin, and that the immediate danger is cleared now for the Starlights. 28 minutes gone in the first half here in the Dominic Smith Electric Senior Football Championship final, and it's Nick Doyle with the ball. He's been imperious in the air. Some of his kick passes maybe haven't gone to plan so far, but as we just heard from Noel Houlihan, the Starlights have won 6 kickouts out of 8, David, and it's really mainly down to Nick Doyle.
Yeah, no, and he's definitely carrying a knock, Peter. He's heavily strapped, but listen, all he needs to do is stand in the middle of the field and win kickouts.
Liam Ryan with the shot now. I think it's more likely to land into the altar of the church, I think, than over the bar, Joey.
Yeah, no, look, I suppose it's the first time we've seen Liam Ryan drive forward, and we're taking a shot, but in fairness, Nick Doyle is doing well in the air, but like, what about Pa Doyle's kickouts into that wind? He's hitting the line between the 265s nearly every time. Amazing kickout from Pa Doyle in this first half.
Castletown on the attack again. Ross Cody sends it forward to Ben Brosnan. Ben offloads it to Liam Coleman. A heavy shot on Coleman there, but he manages to get past Ben Edwards very nicely. James Holmes with the ball. Holmes just spills it, but has it the second occasion. It's back here now with Liam Coleman again. Coleman sees Jonathan Beelan in a bit of space, but Dara Pepper is trying to close down the space as quickly as possible. And Coleman or Beelan, some good work there. There was heavy tackling by the Starlights men, but it's Colin Morris now, and we now have a situation where there's 29 players inside this half of the field. Frank Roach with it over the far side to Brendan Halpin, and back here to Colin Morris, David, and I think the Starlights are happier at the moment. What would you think?
Oh no, definitely. I mean, the Starlights system of play suits playing into this wind, and I mean, they'll definitely be the happier team. Like, I mean, they have all 15 players nearly inside the 45 now, I mean, defending this, and it's slow from Castletown. I mean, whether they get a runner off the shoulder or someone comes off on the loop to get a shot off with this wind, they need something in the last 5 minutes of this half.
Well, we have Killian Pearce with it now. Rory Heffernan trying to make a bit of ground, but ground is not easily made when the Starlights have 15 men within 60 metres of their own goal. Jonathan Beelan. Jonathan has 2 options this near side. Killian Pearce is one of them. The other one is Ross Cody. The Starlights are very disciplined in their tackling here, Joey. They're not
very much. To be honest with you, they're not. But Castletown need to be trying to play football a bit closer to goal. If they do win a free, at least it's scoreable. But it hasn't been a good 20 minutes now for Castletown at all, to be honest with you. They've been sloppy enough.
And another loose ball in there, David.
Yeah, but again, it's the way the Starlights set up. I mean, but I don't think Castletown are helping themselves. They're not getting any piercing runners off the shoulder. And they also had nobody close to goal there. I mean, they had nobody in for a direct long ball. They definitely need to mix it up. And then in the end, Starlights force a silly effort from Jonathan Beelan, which just trickled out wide.
Ben Edwards with it now. Ben is being pursued by Robbie Brooks, but picks out a pass inside to the cornerback colleague Rory O'Connor. Rory, the hop just goes away from a little bit on the ground, but manages to have the ball still. Jack Kelly here over to Ricky Fox. There's loads of space in front of Dylan Redmond here. Fox can pick him out. A great ball there. That sent the Starlights on the attack. Darragh Peppers charging, looking for it, but it's Dylan Redmond with the ball now. He's going to steady up and take a shot off the outside of his right, and that ball has gone over the bar. An absolutely super score into the wind there, Joey. How about that for a score?
Unbelievable score. As two good kicks of a ball, you'll see Ricky Fox with the outside of the right boot straight into his chest, and then Dylan Redmond outside of his right boot over the bar. Again, that wind, just two unbelievable kicks and a great score, and Starlights will be absolutely delighted with this first half.
How about that for a score, David?
A brilliant score from Dylan Redmond. He backed himself with the outside of the right into that wind. It flew over Anthony's head. A great score. Yeah, look, at Starlights will be happy, but look at some. Here's Liam Coleman.
Liam Coleman, an advantage being played to Castletown. It's offloaded here. Robbie Brooks very close to the penalty, perhaps. The referee waves play, and he gives a penalty to Castletown. I thought the referee wasn't going to give it there, David, but a penalty. It looked like one from here anyway.
Yeah, Robbie Brooks. Do you know what? He took the gamble and went at the Starlights defence. It was soft enough given the conditions and whatnot, but Finton thought long and hard about it and gave the penalty. It probably was a penalty, Peter, in my eyes.
What do you think, Joey?
I think you have to give the benefit to the forward. Robbie Brooks done the right thing. We said it earlier on. He got the ball. Once he got ahead of his man, he cut back across him, took his man out of the game, or win a free. That's what Red Barry used to say to us over the years: get across your man. And then in this case, got a penalty out of it. Probably was a penalty, I suppose. Yeah. Well, be interested to see that. Pat Doyle's a good goalie.
Has a great penalty saving record, but I'd say Ben Brosnan has a great scoring record as well. And it's a goal for Castletown, a well taken penalty, and 4-point lead now, a big turning point, David.
A huge score in the context of this game. I mean, Ben nearly out-taught Pa there. I mean, he went straight down the middle, and so brilliant penalty in the circumstances, because Pa is so good at saving. He saved Owen Nolan's last week, but I mean, exactly what Castletown needed. Right on the. I thought it was half time.
Well, it is now, yeah. The stroke of half-time, Joey, a penalty and a big turning point in the game.
Yeah, well, look, I suppose it's only a 4-point lead. Like that win is worth more than 4 points to me. But yeah, look, I suppose
for the start of the second half, the Dominic Smith Electric Senior Football Championship final, and it's Castletown will lead by 1/4 to 3 points. They'll be playing into the teeth of a very strong breeze here. Starlights will have the wind at their back, and we're almost ready for the restart.
Yeah. Waiting for Pat Doyle to get back into the goal here. But one interesting thing from the first half, Peter, of the 30 players out there, Kevin Foley in this weather is the only player not wearing gloves, and the ball is sticking to his hand.
So maybe something others should be following suit with, but it's Castletown with the earliest possession. Jonathan Beelan on the 45-metre line, back to Rory Heffernan. Rory spots the run of Ben Brosnan. A good work here in the early stages of this half. Ben Brosnan turns back inside and gets around Ben Edwards. A shot from Brosnan has gone well wide, in fact, and it's an early wide for Castletown, but a bright start, Joey.
Yeah, bright start, and as I said, they got the ball in early. David, you pointed out to it. They got it on the 14. Ben turned his man, and look at he probably tried to kick it with the inside of his right foot when it was a very hard score to try and take. But good start. We'll interested to see how far Pat Doyle kicks this one.
He kicks it goes straight through the hands of Nick Doyle, and Kevin Foley collects it here. Foley has a little bit of space in front of him. There's loads of room for Ricky Fox inside in the full forward line if it can be picked out, but it's here with Darragh Pepper. Darragh has on the wrap around, and the shot from Darragh Pepper and the point for the Starlights, and an excellent score, David.
A brilliant score from Pepper at the start of the second half. Some lovely play from Kevin Foley, got Pepper off the shoulder. He played a 1-2 with Gooch Tobin, and a lovely score from Pepper, his second point from play. Going back to the throw-in, that's Liam Coleman won the 2 throw-ins in both the first and second half, which is no mean feat against Nick Doyle.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, full press on the kick out here from Starlights.
And that's a loop. He started the kick out. Conor Carty breaks it down to Colin Morris. Morris has it. It's laid off here to Killian Pearce at the far side. And Castletown are running this one. Rory Heffernan seems to be trying to get forward a pace, and Killian Pearce has continued his run further up the line. Heffernan, the ball in, has gone a little bit too far. Skips in front of James Pear. James deals with it well. Out here to Nick Doyle. A minute and a half gone in the second half here in the Dominic Smith Electric Senior Football Championship, and we were in for a very intriguing finish to this game. Castletown lead by 3 points, 1/4 to 4 points. They're separated by that penalty goal before half time. Dylan Redmond is under pressure now from 3 Castletown men. The referee is looking anxiously at it there. Rory O'Connor and Liam Coleman after it now. O'Connor has it up inside to Nick Doyle. Some good defensive play by Rory O'Connor, David.
Yeah, no, he did well there. He was under a lot of pressure from Castletown. Castletown tried to force the turnover. Here's Pepper again.
The ball just skips above Dara Pepper. Ricky Fox is in a good battle with Conor Carty there as he tried to add to it, but it's back with Castletown now. Robbie Brooks at the far side. Robbie is carrying it forward. There's still two options inside for Castletown. The Starlights drop more men back than Castletown appear to be going to do against this wind, but it's overturned. But that breaking ball favours James Holmes there for Castletown. That offload has gone astray, however. Ryan Mann is there. He flicks it to Liam Ryan. Ryan Mann continues the run again. There's 2 on 3 inside in the full forward line here. Liam Ryan over the near side to Alan Tobin. Alan back inside to Ryan Mann. Ryan takes his eye off that one. Maybe it slips through his hands, and Killian Pearce has it under control now, Joey.
Yeah, the quality has kind of gone out of this last couple of minutes now. Both teams making silly mistakes. It's just going to need a bit of quality to try and get a couple of scores on the board. James Holmes there giving away a ball easy. He was man to match in last year's final, and it's not really going his way today so far, but he's going to need to dig in to try and help his team to get a few more scores.
James Pear crossfield here. Who's going to be the quickest to react? It's a Castletown man, but the first touch is not good. Dara Pepper is onto it there, and a clear free in, David. The ball, like we can make excuses for conditions, but that was a little bit I won't say lazy, but it was a little bit
yeah, no, Castletown should definitely have won that ball in. I mean, first Liam Coleman should have won, and I mean Pepper was having a good old battle off the ball there, and I mean the second Castletown player, I think it was Ross Cody, should have won it too, but I mean Pepper went down in the dirty conditions to pick it up and won his free, and now Ricky has a chance to put 2 points in it.
Yeah, Ricky Fox from 38 metres out. James Carty is warming up here for the Starlights. The fourth official, Justin Heffernan, has the board out, so we're going to see a sub fairly soon.
Just taking the free.
Or Alan Tobin, in fact, yeah. Ricky Fox has left the free to Alan Tobin, but James Carty is normally midfielder. Nick Doyle is carrying the leg a little bit. He would be a loss if they had to go off, but maybe he won't be, Joey. Maybe he won't be the one to go off.
Well, yeah, look, it'll be interesting to see what happens there with that. Just a decision now.
So Ryan Mann has a reprieve. He was called out there, but the Starlights have changed their mind about bringing the sub on. So James Carty won't be on yet.
Yeah, he's carrying an injury as well, isn't he? His hamstring is heavily strapped. But just one word there for Dara Pepper. He started this second half very well. He got a point in the first half, and that time went down on the dirty ball there and deserved his free. You know, if you're prepared to get down and get a smack for yourself, you deserve a free.
Anthony Masterson with a long kick out, but it's going to go out over the sideline, David.
Joey, you called it a super press from the Starlights on the kick out there. They've really worked Anthony's kick outs out where he pops the ball into space either side of the huddle in the middle, and I mean they've worked it out. So Anthony's going to have to work hard on getting possession and winning possession with the Castletown midfielders in this half, because Starlights are pressing brilliantly.
And Ryan Mann was involved in that play, but he's limped away from it, and I think we'll have James Carty in a few moments. But Jack Kelly with that kick has gone over the bar. That's the longest score of the game, 50 metres, maybe even more, David, and straight over the bar from Jack Kelly. A man that doesn't normally score too much.
No, and a brilliant kick from Jack. Again, it shows the strength of the wind, but listen, like, I mean, Starlights in the first half got the men behind the ball and stopped, and I didn't think Castletown got enough loops off the shoulder insofar as getting kicks away like Ben, Jonathan Beelan. Starlights have started and getting and have realised that you can kick scores from 50 yards here, and they're doing it. Dominic Holmes looked like he's coming in on the Castletown side, Peter.
And it's another win from a kick out here from the Starlights. Dara Pepper has it, as James Carty has been introduced for Ryan Mann. James Carty has his first touch on the ball to send it inside to Dylan Redmond, and the Starlights have their tails up now. Alan Tobin skips back inside. Colin Morris flicks it away, but Tobin gets the rebound. Dylan Redmond back here to Dara Pepper. Dara is looking for his options. He opts to go back on this occasion. James Pear. There's 1 point game now. Castletown lead by 4 to 6 points. The Starlights have started this second half very well. They've scored 3 unanswered points. Liam Ryan inside to James Pear, but it's just a little bit too far, and Colin Morris picks up the ball. Liam Ryan there with a strong tackle, but a free out. There wasn't as much in that as I think the back, but Dara should have stayed out of it altogether.
Yeah, and it's heating up there. Liam Ryan getting in, backing Pepper up, but Pepper should have stayed out of that. Like, I mean, he did hit Colin while he was on the ground. I mean, probably no need for it, and he'll probably pick himself up a card here. Like, nothing wrong with what Danny Gardner did, in my opinion. There, he's just making sure Colin didn't get another knock on the ground.
Yeah, no, it's silly from Dara Pepper, to be honest with you. No need for that. Like, you know, the decision was made and kind of went in, shoulder in the face, and then Danny Gardner followed in, which you're going to expect is going to happen when your teammate gets a belt like that. But I suppose, look, it just goes to show it is a county final at the end of the day. Lads are going to be fired up, they're going to be pumped, so little things like that are going to happen. But Colin is up again, thank God, and looks a bit shaky, but he looks to be under a little bit of pressure here now, but maybe a minute or so he'll be okay.
Yeah. So Donegal Holmes in for James Holmes now on the Castletown side, David.
Yeah, I mean, Joey said it there a few minutes ago that he got man the match in last year's final. He'd be disappointed with today. I thought the second half might suit James running into it, but he just never got into it from the start. I tell you, Starlights are really pushing up here on Castletown. Castletown are having to work to get the ball out of their defence, even from situations like this. I mean, it's a super press from the Starlights.
Conor Carty opts to go back to Anthony Masterson here now, and Castletown are going to build from a long ways back. 1 point game, 1-4 to 6 points, 7.5 minutes gone here in Chadwick's Wexford Park. It's Castletown with the ball, but there's pressure on from the Starlights. Killian Pearce is going to have to do a good job here. The ball is spilled to the ground. Conor Carty has it. Liam Coleman now. The hand pass outside here to Jody O'Shaughnessy. The Starlights are certainly defending tenaciously. It's inside here now with Danny Gardner. Danny forward here to Rory Heffernan. Rory back to the Gardner again, and there's a little bit of space maybe opening up for Castletown. Over to the man that's just been introduced, Donica Holmes. Donica, Jody O'Shaughnessy is in loads of space inside in the full back line, or the full forward line if he can be spotted, but it's here with Donica Holmes now, offloaded. There's a great chance for Robbie Brooks, inside to Jody O'Shaughnessy, a shot and a goal. No, it's not a goal, it came off the post and across the goal. Oh, that was very, very close, David.
Yeah, the pass saved that. I don't know. Someone stopped on the line, but Castletown went for the juggler again there. Robbie Brooks found Jody on the edge of the D. Jody won it brilliantly, swiveled. I thought it was a certain goal, and a wide ball has been called.
Must have been saved.
It obviously hit the post and ricocheted across the goal and out over the sideline. There must have been some spin on it when it hit the post and spun out over the end line.
Yeah, I thought someone blocked on the line for the Starlights, but obviously not.
That's massive.
Well, they've gone from a 45 to a wide to a 45 again
you
now.
said Pam might have got a foot to that.
I think he might have. I think he might have. Yeah.
But that could have been massive. Now
Pam got his leg to it. Yeah.
That was a huge moment there for Castletown.
Huge moment in the game here. I've given some people a heart attack at home by shouting goal, but it's a 45 eventually after a little bit of indecision there from the umpires, but as long as the right decision is made, we're happy enough with Ben Brosnan now to take the 45.
Yeah, Donica Holmes made a difference now since coming in. I mean, he's only in a couple of minutes, but he got on a couple of balls there and drove at the Starlights defence, so good impact so far from Donica. Great kick from Ben.
Yeah, great kick from Ben Brosnan, straight over the bar. 1-3 for him now and 1-5 for the Castletown men. They lead by 2 points now, Joey, and an excellent score from Ben into the wind.
Yeah, cracking kick from Ben there into the wind. Not an easy kick at all, and on his side, to be fair, that he would fancy it, but no, great kick, and another couple of yards on the end of it as well.
Pat Doyle with the kick out is long towards Nick Doyle. Nick wins that one, and he's tackled there. He shouldn't be tackled when he wins the mark, David.
Yeah, Nick won his mark, and there was no need for what Conor Carty did there. Like, that's just, I don't know whether the red mist or whatever comes over him, but he'll pick himself up a well-deserved card there, because Nick won a brilliant mark above Liam Coleman. He's been majestic in the air today.
And what happens, I suppose, Joey, when you claim a mark and know you have the mark, your body relaxes and you're not prepared for a shot.
You're not expecting that impact, yeah. So that could be nasty, because Conor's probably up to Nick's hip there, really. So he's after got him right below the ribs. He looks to be back up on his feet. He's not moving well though. That hamstring is troubling Nick Doyle. He's not moving well. I know he's catching kickouts, but you don't see him covering much ground today. And
a yellow card there for Conor Carty. I don't think anyone can have any complaints about that. It's back here now with Nick Doyle. 10 minutes gone in the second half here in the Dominic Smith Electric Senior Football Championship. Forward to Kevin Foley. Kevin offloads it back to James Carty. James to Liam Ryan. Can Liam make something happen for the Starlights? He did in the previous two games for them, and there's a free an advantage being played to Liam Ryan, and free into the Starlights. This is getting lively enough, David.
Yeah, I was about to say a better defensive setup from Castletown there, but it doesn't matter if you're set up like that. If you have someone like Liam Ryan that decides, right, I'm going to take the man on. Something's happened off the ball here, but listen, this is a scoreable free here from Alan Tobin.
Yeah, I think there was very little in that particular incident. Noel, is there any particular pattern emerging in the second half?
It's pretty even, I suppose. The one thing for the Starlights is every time they go forward, they're more or less getting a shot away, or they're trying to get a chance away there, but there a lot of off the ball stuff kind of creeping into the game there, which is causing trouble. But like in terms of the kickouts and all, it's been very even in the second half so far, but you know, Starlights really have their foot down at the moment. This would be a great kick from Alan if he can kick it.
45 metres out, Alan Tobin, that sailed over the bar, and we're back to a 1 point game again. Another very good kick from the ground, Joey.
Yeah, great kick for the ground, and look, that's what the Starlights need to keep doing now. They have to kind of get into that 45-yard zone, either win a free or get shots away, because the wind is a big advantage there for kicking scores from that distance. It's full press again from the Starlights.
Yeah, they're certainly not trying to make it easy for this for Anthony Masterson to get the kick out to a target, but they managed to have someone in space. On this occasion, it's Killian Pearce with it now for Castletown inside, and Rory Heffernan has it. He spots the run of Colin Morris in the middle of the field. Colin tries to hand pass it over the head of Nick Doyle. That was a dangerous ball, but Liam Coleman runs onto it, offloaded here to Donica Holmes. Donica is running, taking on Nathan O'Connor. Very speedy players, Donica Holmes, and he manages to get inside. Nathan O'Connor, a great run here by Holmes over to Jody Shocktonsey. The ball is close to the ground. Shocktonsey has it back up again. Jonathan Beelan with it outside here now over the far side. The ball is there, slipping and sliding everywhere in this second half, but it's Killian Pearce with it now around the 45-metre line for Castletown. Forward inside here to Robbie Brooks and James Payer, who both slip at a crucial moment, and the ball breaks to Liam Ryan for the Starlights. Ryan has it up again after falling in possession. There's a couple of options here, and he opts to go back to Jack Kelly. There was a bit of hesitation there by Kelly, but James Payer has it now, and James Carty offloads to Alan Tobin. And maybe the Starlights can run from deep here. Inside to Dylan Redmond and back to Alan Tobin. This is a great move from the Starlights, but they've only Dara Pepper further up the field. Kevin Foley is bursting himself to get forward, but it's Dylan Redmond with it now. Dylan spots good ball over the far side to Dylan McVeigh. Ricky Fox is there as well on the 45-metre line. McVeigh steadies up. It looked like he was going to take a shot, but the ball inside to Kevin Foley. Kevin, can he get around Colin Morris? Morris is a very good defender. It's here with Dara Pepper. A shot off his left foot by Dara Pepper, and it's over the bar, David. What a score that was.
Probably the score of the game, not far off it. I mean, Robbie Brooks' uncharacteristic handling error back in the corner, and the Starlights ran the length of the field. Some super run off the shoulder from Dylan Redmond, Alan Tobin, and then Pepper loops off Kevin Foley for a brilliant score, his third from play.
A really great score and a great performance by Dara Pepper so far, Joey.
Yeah, Pepper's on fire so far, but a great score there. But it's the first time now in this second half that the Starlights have attacked at serious pace. That's what they need to do if they're going to win this game. Attack at pace.
There was a late tackle there, and an advantage is being played to Castletown. Liam Coleman with the ball. Late tackle by Ricky Fox, I think it was. He might be spoken to by the referee. Of course, the referee had occasion to send off Ricky Fox in the opening round against Fethard. Ricky missed the following game against St Martin's, the same referee today, but I think a yellow card is warranted enough for this incident, David. Yeah,
no, I think so. I mean, Finton's dished out a few yellows, but most of them have been deserved now. That was a nice meaty late hit on Colum and he was down, but he's back up and going. Noel just telling me beside us, Peter, that Starlights 5 shots second half, 5 scores so far. Brilliant in these conditions.
And the game is on its way again. Jonathan Beelan out in front, laid off here now to Conor Carty. Conor slips. Liam Ryan is putting the pressure on, but it's off. Great offload to Donegal Holmes, and a chance now for Castletown. Ben Brosnan is inside. Ben Edwards, a shot from Ben Brosnan. That's come off the post and in over the bar, and Castletown go back into a 1-point lead, Joey.
Yeah, again, look, we just said about the Starlights, but Castletown returned the favour, breaking at speed. Donegal Holmes made a serious impact in this game since he came in now. He's a very, very strong player, very fast runner. Lovely offload to Ben, and a lovely kick from Ben. So, like, it's pretty much like for like here. Both teams attack at speed, they get scores.
Pat Doyle targets Nick Doyle. Nick is up for it, claims the mark, and he's tackled again, but the Starlights have the team possession from the kick out again. James Carty here very close to the sideline. It nearly skipped away from him. Low ball in towards Darrell Pepper. Darrell's out in front of Danny Gardner again. Great work by Pepper here to get away from Gardner and Colin Morris. Offloaded back to Dylan Redmond, but Dylan slips and Liam Coleman is first on it, but that sums up the conditions down there, David.
Oh, it's brutal down there. I mean, water break, it's brutal, yeah. And conditions, that is.
for the water break, we'll go over to Leona and the lads for the opinions on how the game is going to go.
Right, John, what do you think there?
Can hold out then.
Okay, and we'll hand back to the commentary team here too.
Thanks, Leona. A very intriguing last quarter of the game, 1-6 to 8 points. Castletown took a little bit longer there, David, to maybe give some instructions to their players.
Yeah, I mean, it's all in the balance now as we go into the last 15 minutes. I mean, can Castletown go back to back? First time since a team since Horswood in 2006. Like, I mean, they'll need some big last quarter because Starlights have their tails up. They have the wind behind them. They have men still to come in like Hopper Kenny who've made a difference. Huge effort needed here from Castletown.
Alan Tobin is taking the line ball. It's a long high ball in towards Nick Doyle, but it's well caught there by Liam Coleman. A great interception there by the midfielder from the Castletown side, and it's here with Brendan Halpin, the captain of the team. Will he be going up to lift the Seamus Keevans Cup? Seamus Keevans, of course, refereed Castletown in 7 county finals. It's back here now with Brendan Halpin forward to Conor Carty, and maybe Castletown can extend their lead here. A great run by Carty. Can he pick out Brosnan, who's been the danger man for Castletown so far? He scored 1-4 out of this 1-6 for Castletown, and it is Brosnan on the ball. Back here to Brendan Halpin. And inside now to Jonathan Beelan. Jonathan is under pressure from Liam Ryan, spills the ball, but he's fouled as he does it, and a free to Castletown.
Jonathan Beelan was lucky there. I thought it was very casual from him, and Fenton gave him the benefit of the doubt. I'm surprised Ben is not putting this on the ground and having a go, because he kicked one from a similar position earlier, but Jonathan goes for retaining possession instead.
Colin Morris with it now around the middle of the field area, and it's over to the substitute who was brought in at the water break, Joe Ahern. He was brought in instead of Jody O'Shaughnessy. Donica Holmes with it now, trying to get away from Rory O'Connor. Great run now at the moment, offloaded here to Ben Brosnan. Castletown have certainly had the best of the play in the last few minutes here. There's a collision between Ben Brosnan and Ben Edwards, but it's here now with Conor Carty. Conor turns back in on the favoured left foot. He's not going to shoot from there, but offloads it to Jonathan Beelan, who might shoot from there, but there's 4 or 5 Starlights men there. The shot from Jonathan Beelan, the goalkeeper's waving it wide, and now too is the umpire waving it wide, and probably not the best place to be shooting from, Joey.
No, not really, no. And I suppose Castletown under pressure there, because Starlight's got a lot of men behind the ball again. But look at Jonathan Beelan, he's had a quite enough game today, but he still has a good right foot and still can score from distance, so probably backed himself there to score, didn't come under. But interesting enough, Liam Coleman's come into this game very much more since the first half. He was quiet enough. I know Nick Doyle has cleaned him on kickouts, but he's battling well and he's using his fitness.
And Dara Pepper wins that free there. There was a push in the back by Danny Gardner on Pepper, and the Starlights have a chance. I think Ricky Fox is probably going to take this free, and a chance for the Starlights to level the game again, David.
Yeah, Danny probably overcommitted there, and Pepper, as cute as you like, it'd buy them all day long now. But a good quick ball in there, and Pepper was out in front, and Danny was caught behind. He probably overreached and committed the foul. But
very important free now, lads.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, Ricky Fox will be kicking well all day, so I'd expect him to nail this.
Tough free though, Joey, yeah. In the swirling conditions, but again off the ground from Ricky.
10 minutes to go in the game. Ricky Fox, it is kicked long enough and high enough, but not accurately enough. It's gone to the right hand side and wide, and a let off there for Castletown, David.
Yeah, a let off for Castletown, yeah, but Anthony taking his time here now with the kick out, but look at the Starlights press here again. They'll be wanting to get that ball back in their possession as quick as possible, and Anthony will take as much time as he can.
Anthony Masterson pointing there. Castletown are trying to get a man free to give the kick out to. It's over here towards Jonathan Beelan, and Rory O'Connor up highest, in fact, is Frank Roach, but the ball breaks to the ground. Rory O'Connor has it, and now Brendan Halpin has it for Castletown. A good turnover there. Jonathan Beelan outside to Colin Morris. Colin Ham passes it forward here to Rory Heffernan. Rory has 4 Starlights men. A great turnover there by Dara Pepper. Liam Ryan, there's a great space here for Ricky Fox further forward. Alan Tobin continues to run. Ricky Fox opts to send it across field to Kevin Foley. Kevin Foley is there. There's 3 on 2. The ball breaks to Dylan McVeigh. There's a chance of a goal, and there is a goal. A goal for the Starlights, and they go into a 2-point lead. But that's the little bit of luck you need to in any county final, Joey. The ball broke suitably for Dylan McVeigh, and he made no mistake.
Absolutely, a great finish from Dylan McVeigh. Look at, if you don't buy a ticket, you won't win the raffle, and simple as that. High ball in. 2 Castletown lads got confused with each other, and then it broke to Dylan McVeigh, and he finished it lovely. We have a massive game on our hands now.
Oh, huge, big score for Starlights, but Castletown really should have cleared that. But it came from another turnover. Rory Heffernan was a bit slow on the ball. Turnover from Pepper, and Ricky Fox put in a nice ball into the mixer to Kevin Foley, and great score.
And this is another great chance for the Starlights. Kevin Foley on the 45-metre line. Back here to Dylan McVeigh, the scorer of that goal. Jack Kelly is making a run forward. He's probably scored the point of the game. Over to Ricky Fox. The Starlights lead by 2 points. There's 22 minutes gone. Ricky Fox picks out Nick Doyle over this near side, and there's loads of space. Our Castletown tiring. Nick Doyle steadies himself, but not enough, and it's gone well to the right hand side and wide.
Yeah, probably you wanted one of the shooters on the ball there, but Nick took a pot shot, and another let off for Castletown, but Castletown are under pressure here now.
But it's Castletown on the attack now. Frank Roach, maybe they can peg the gap back. Low ball inside here to Robbie Brooks. Robbie Brooks and James Pear. There's an advantage being played to Castletown. Maybe they can get the goal. The free is being given. Perhaps from a defender's point of view, Joey, they did the right thing and not let them in for a goal, but there was nearly a great chance.
Yeah, well, in fairness to Robbie Brooks, he could have won 3 frees there, and he was in on goal if he had got away from that last man. But yeah, I suppose a good enough free to give away, and you don't want to concede a goal straight after scoring one. But Nick Doyle will be kicking himself there, won't he? Should have laid that ball off. Like, this is, as I said last week, this is a game of inches, and you need to take those chances when you have them.
Yeah, no, agreed. And I mean, Anthony got the ball back and played quickly. Colm took a quick kick out, and I mean, Frank Roach it was who gave a good ball into Robbie Brooks. Again, Robbie Brooks is, he's made a couple of handling errors, but what I like about Robbie is when he gets the ball, he puts the head down and goes for goal.
Yeah, and he doesn't drop the head. He keeps showing over and over, doesn't he? He backs himself all the time, which is a good sign of a young player.
And any change in the pattern of play now, Noel?
Well, just on the Castletown kickouts, I suppose Starlights are getting a lot of joy there. They've won 5 out of 8 of Castletown's kickouts in the second half, and they've lost one on their own now, which is unusual. That's the first one they've lost. But the turnover there that got that goal was really crucial. It came from Rory Heffernan losing possession. And here we go again now with Castletown go forward.
Joe Ahern offloads it here now to Brendan Halpin, and there's a chance for Castletown to draw the game level. Back to Joe Ahern again. He'll be trying to maybe get Ben Brosnan on the ball, but it's spilled there, but it falls again for Castletown. Jonathan Beelan crossfield here as far as Liam Coleman. Donica Holmes with it now. Can he steady up and take a shot? He offloads it to the far side. And Castletown, Conor Carty. There's 4 or 5 Starlights men there, but can Castletown get a shot away? They need to get a score to get themselves back. Level terms. And that is level terms. A great score by Jonathan Beelan. Very good work by Castletown, David.
What a reaction from Castletown to the goal. I mean, again, the game of inches, as Joey talks about. To kick out. Colin Morris won the breaking ball and put a super hand pass in front of I think it was Brendan Halpin to get the move going. Jonathan Beelan got on the end of it. Great patience from Conor Carty as well in the scoring zone there.
Long kick out again, Nick Doyle, it bounces off his hand, and Castletown have won the last 2 kick-outs now from the Starlights. That ball forward to Brendan Halpin. This is Castletown's turn to have the momentum. That's intercepted, however. James Pear with the ball. James is carrying it clear, picks out James Carty. Who's going to win the game? Who's going to stick their hand up and make the headlines? 1-8 apiece here after 25 minutes in the Dominic Smith second half. The second half, the Dominic Smith Electric Senior Football Championship final. Jack Kelly with the ball for the Starlights. Starlights seeking their 11th title. Castletown seeking their 12th. The referees, of course, won 5 before they joined with the Starlights in the 1920s. Here with Nick Doyle on the 65-metre line for the Starlights. James Pear. Slow build-up play now as Nick Doyle has the ball. Nathan O'Connor is looking for it on this near side. The Starlights have scored many points from 50 metres out, David, but it looks like they're going to try and work it in a bit.
Yeah, lovely ball in from Dylan Redmond.
Kevin Foley is there for the Starlights. Manages to lay it off here to Ricky Fox. Ricky looked like he was going to take the shot, but a great dummy. And the second shot, the second time for Ricky Fox has gone wide, but good work by Ricky, and the finish just didn't match it, David.
Yeah, he tried to dummy solo. He did something similar last week in the Shells, and this time, I suppose in conditions it didn't work. I mean, Castletown were really well organised and set up defensively for that Starlights attack. They slowed them down, but again, it came from a sloppy turnover from Jonathan Beelan after a great score.
And the ball doesn't quite turn as much when it's wet, Joey, I think.
No, absolutely not. And if anyone was questioning Castletown's mettle, they've really stepped up in this last few minutes to get themselves back in this game, because it was a hammer blow. That goal was a hammer blow for them, but they've really turned it on. And now they could be in for a goal here.
Liam Coleman just spills the ball and slips, and Nick Doyle has managed to intercept it again. This is a fiercely exciting finish to the Dominic Smith Electric Senior Football Championship. We've seen some great moments throughout the year. Who's going to win and collect the Seamus Keevans Cup in a few minutes' time? Will it be extra time even, or will it be a replay? It doesn't go to penalties today. It goes to a replay on Wednesday night if we are level after extra time. But that's a long ways away still. Nick Doyle with the ball now for the Starlights. He's carrying it forward. Low ball by Dylan Redmond in front of Dara Pepper. He's been excellent in this game for the Starlights, but it's with Conor Carty. That was possibly a push in the back, but Carty has it up again. There was no possible about it. It was a push in the back.
100% a push in the back, but they still have the ball, as you say, Peter. Finton letting it go. In fairness to Finton, he's letting it go.
And Castletown are certainly look to be finishing this game a bit the stronger. Forward here to Robbie Brooks from Frank Roach, and offloaded to Rory Heffernan. Rory turns back in, and he had a split second where he could have taken a shot there, but still has the ball. Heffernan with it, he's getting plenty of steps out of it, but the shot, that's not a good shot, and a low ball into Pad Oil. Not a good shot there by Heffernan, Joey.
No, he looked tired taking that ball, but he had no runner, he had no option, no one to give it to. But one thing I will note there is Starlights look really, really tired now. There was 4 or 5 lads trying to get back, but they couldn't muster anything other only a jog in that sequence of play. Then they need to get a score or two on the board here very quickly.
I'm surprised, David, the Starlights haven't introduced the likes of Chris Kenny and Conor Farrell, who've made an impact previous days.
Yeah, I thought and Dale Donoghue, I thought we'd see them a bit earlier, but I mean, like, Starlights were on top when that goal went in. There was only one winner, but I mean, Castletown have responded brilliantly. I think Joey's right. A few fresh legs for the Starlights mightn't go astray. I mean, again, Rory Heffernan, that was a tired effort at the post there, and possession is so vital here. I mean, giving it back like that is criminal.
Here with Liam Ryan now, 40 metres away from the goal. Steady up, a shot from Liam Ryan is going in towards the goal, but it's gone to the left hand side and wide, and these wides are stacking up a little bit now for the Starlights.
The Starlights need to get lads on the ball. They want to kick the ball there. Liam Ryan he was looking for the offload and just had a go at it himself, and unfortunately just pulled it left of the post.
Who's going to win this, David?
I think it might well be extra time. Like, I mean, Anthony might be looking for extra time by the fact that he's gone behind the goal and up into the steps at the terrace at the back to get a ball. You think he'd have a second ball down there, but
I think that man is in much of a panic now to get this ball back going.
I've backed Castletown all year, and I'm going to stick with them. One more score will win this.
And who's your pick, Joey?
I said Starlights at half time, to be honest with you, and at one stage it looked like they were going to do it, but Castletown are definitely on the team on form at the moment, but still with a bit of a breeze they could get an easy free or something like that. But I think the Starlights can get a score.
Killian Pearce offloads it to Colin Morris. Who's going to win it? We'll see now very shortly. Donegal Holmes. Dylan Redmond is there, the 2 number 12s. This is a crucial period of play. Ben Brosnan, a shot and a point for Ben Brosnan as Castletown go into a 1-point lead. 30 seconds of normal time left, and Castletown lead by a point here.
Oh, what a brilliant score from Ben Brosnan, and a brilliant ball to him from Donegal Holmes. He's made such a huge difference since he come in. Last 2 kickouts from Anthony have been fantastic in pressure situation and found his man. Can they defend this 1-point lead now?
4 minutes of play left here, injury time, 4 minutes. Rory O'Connor with the ball. Dara Pepper's out in front of Danny Gardner there and manages to shield the ball back to himself. Dara Pepper with it. He scored 3 points from playing an excellent performance for the Starlights, but will it be all in vain? It's here now with Jack Kelly. 45 metres out. Jack has scored a wonderful point from long range earlier on in the game, but this one has gone to the left hand side and wide, and the Castletown fans are cheering here.
What? Can't be doing that. Need to be a bit better than that.
Patience. And I tell you, we were saying Anthony was taking a lot of time when the match was level. I don't know, he'll take his time here now, and I mean, this kick out is vital. Can Castletown get it, possession and nearly play down the clock? Because I'd say that's what they'll be looking to do.
3.5 minutes to go here in Chadwick's Wexford Park. 40 seconds of the 4 minutes of injury time has been played. Anthony Masterson with the kick out. Who's going to win it? The sideline is going to beat them all to it, and the Starlights have the ball. Nick Doyle, he takes it quickly to Rory O'Connor, and the game is on again. Dreadful conditions here today in Wexford Park. We've seen some fabulous scores. James Pear with the ball. He's charging through but spills the ball forward here to Dara Pepper. That was fortunate. Pepper off his right foot. That's not the thing to be doing. Here now with Kevin Foley. Kevin collects it there near the end line. Castletown are defending in numbers. Can they do back to back? Alan Tobin with the shot. It's turning in and it's gone over the bar. What a score!
What a score
by Alan Tobin.
Unbelievable. Backed himself. Great run. Ran out to support a man, made the space for himself, left foot over the bar. The Gooch Cooper would have been proud of that one.
Well, they call him the Gooch. He looks like the Gooch, and that was very much like the Gooch, David.
Brilliant score from Alan Tobin. Like, he as Joey says, he backed himself. I mean, what would say something to steal, but I mean, that's what he had. Like, I mean, Pepper probably took a pot shot with his right foot, but again, it came from a bad kick out from Anthony, and it comes from the Starlights press.
Anthony Masterson with the kick out. 1-9 apiece here in Chadwick's Wexford Park in the Dominic Smith Electric Senior Football Championship, and Liam Ryan claims the mark from that kick out. Ryan steadies himself and lays it off here to James Carty, and the Starlights are the ones who have the momentum now in this last couple of minutes. 2 minutes of injury time left. James Pear with the ball inside to Jack Kelly. Jack is near the centre field. Can he pick out a colleague further forward? But Jack has already scored a great point in this game. He's also kicked a wide from a similar position. Who's going to be the hero now for either side? Dylan Redmond forward to the loose pass, but it breaks here to Rory O'Connor. There was a touching on the ground and a free in. Yes, a definite free, Joey.
Yeah, I saw it. Rory O'Connor was trying to poke the ball out to the runner on the outside, And I'm very unlucky as Castletown, the man was on the ground there really. He was nearly kicked at his hand, but look, that's the rules of the game, and this is it now. He'll take his time.
It's so tempting, I say, from the Castletown man who was on the ground and just saw the ball there and he couldn't help but put his hand on it, David.
Couldn't help it. And yeah, no, absolutely. And I think technically it was a free. Technically it was a free. Finton, a big call in with only a minute and a half to go. And who are we talking about with a couple of minutes ago? Only Gooch Tobin, and he stepped up to it, even though I thought it'd be more Ricky Fox's side.
Well, we'll see now as Dale Donoghue has been introduced for Dylan McVeigh. A level game here in Chadwick's Wexford Park. There's a minute left, and the free from Alan Tobin has gone over the bar, and the Starlights go into a 1 point lead. They haven't led very often in this game, David. The goal put them into the lead, but now they're back into it again. Yeah, no, brilliant. What a brilliant free from Gooch Tobin off the ground. Like, I mean, the 2 points in the last couple of minutes. Now it's vital Castletown to win possession. Starlights win this and the game could be over. Anthony Masterson with the kick out, 30 seconds left. It's high and long. Who's going to claim it? It's won by the Starlights and Kevin Foley. Kevin outside here to Dara Pepper. There's loads of room inside. Castletown have pushed up. It's back inside to Ricky Fox. Ricky dummy to shoot. And dummy the second time. Off the outside of his right foot and over the bar. What a score
what
that
a
is.
Score.
The Starlights are ahead by 2, Joey.
Unbelievable. Ricky Fox sent it for a hot dog outside of the right over the bar. Brilliant score. What a score.
The mercurial Ricky Fox, we called him in the preview during the week. Like a dummy solo and outside of the right over the black spot. What a score to finish off this game.
And the game is over, and it's the Starlights in a fiercely exciting contest. It's the Starlights who come out on top on a scoreline of 111 to 1-9. What an epic game in dreadful conditions. We've seen some top class football here today, David. It's a great shame from Castletown. They nearly were so close to doing back-to-back. They put in one heck of a performance here today in Chadwick's Wexford Park. They can be very proud of their efforts. But what a game that was.
Oh yeah, no, considering the conditions and whatnot. Like, I mean, fantastic game of football. Like, I mean, we said it about players out on their feet. I mean, what an effort from Castletown. Great champions.